So usually what we do at this point is to take some of the questions that are just coming in. So I just wanted to see what came in, and here we go. So would you answer these with me?
Yes, of course.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay, so here's the first one. How do you nurture grit? So we're going to scooch in a little bit more here.
I think allowing kids to struggle and giving them permission to fail and know it's okay to make mistakes and talking through those mistakes.
Yeah.
Yeah, and also, like you said, thinking about your thinking in front of people is also is showing your own. It's modeling that grit and modeling that. Okay, that flopped, and I'm going to try again.
Yeah.
And creating that environment in your classroom where it's safe to do that.
Yeah. Yeah. You know, sometimes grit is tricky for me because sometimes I think we impose it on the kids, you know, and we kind of, we want, when things don't go well, like when they're on their cell phones, like it would be easy for me to say, you know, you don't have grit. Like you need to learn grit so that you don't get on your cell phone.
Right.
But I don't know that that's true, because I think the tougher question is the one that I have to ask myself. You know, like it's not what am I doing or not doing that is causing you to be on the phone, instead of, you know, kind of putting that all on the kids. And I don't think we can put it all on the kids.
No, you can't.
Yeah, I mean, the conversations about grit are interesting because there is the danger of using that as an outward thing, like you're saying, putting it all on the kids, that this is something they have to develop. And yeah, I don't think we want to go there.
Yeah.
But.
All right, here's a, you're going to love this one. How do you manage the paper load?
So, can I start?
Yeah.
So I taught English with these two for a while. For 10 years, and then I became a librarian, which made the papers go away for a while. Yeah. And now that I'm back in school, I'm teaching undergrads, and so the papers are back. Yeah. And I'm remembering all of those habits, and I think when you've got a new assignment, it's very hard a new assignment or a new class, it's just going to take longer, and you just have to plan for that. I use a timer, and I say, this is how much time I can devote to it. Yep. And then I always go over the timer, but at least it keeps me aware of it. I also try to break up, just give myself chunks of time instead of marathons, because otherwise when I'm in marathons, then I'm down on myself and down on the students, and I feel bad for the students who are at the end of the marathon.
Yes. And that's when we put in like all of the Lord of the Rings. Right.
Or
all of the Twilight movies. Yeah. And then we just watch it. Did you have any strategies you used?
I just had to learn to stop. When I felt myself getting tired, and learn to kind of compartmentalize and kind of give myself a small goal and do it in chunks. And then sometimes maybe only look at certain questions or certain parts of an essay, and maybe not respond to every single word that the kid had written. Maybe I'm just going to look at your thesis statement and your topic.
Talking about bright spots, I'm going to look for a bright spot and comment on that and ask them to develop that instead of trying to fix all the stuff that's not bright.
Or sometimes have them like determine what the bright spot is. You know, where is my very best sentence, or where is my very best paragraph, and then work on commenting there. I would say over the last maybe 4 or 5 years, I've spent a lot more time in the pre-writing, having them do a lot of talking. And so when I put my energy into response, I'm putting my energy into the response of the drafts, but not as much as I was doing in the pre-writing, which used to be really tough because I would be responding to their early work and the finals of the previous ones. Keep up. And so now I'm doing kind of this different workflow, I guess. So we have time for probably one more question. Let's see here. Advice for a first-time high school English teacher at age 50.
Wow.
I know.
Congratulations.
I know.
Congratulations.
Welcome.
Yeah.
Welcome.
Yeah. Wow. Advice about anything?
Yeah, what would be one piece of advice?
I would say share yourself with your students. That, you know, I think if you can connect with and tell your story with your through your reading and through your writing and model your thinking, they'll just learn so much from you, and you'll feel more confident, I think, that to bring what you have to the classroom.
Yeah.
I think my best moments in the classroom are when I was honest with the kids about the reading, and we really talked about it. I talked about my reactions to it. I listened to their reactions. I let them talk to each other. Yeah. I think really cultivating that culture in their classroom where kids feel comfortable talking and having that conversation is important.
Yep. So when I think about this question, I think you've got kind of the best of both worlds, to be honest with you, because you have this incredible wealth of experience that a lot of new teachers who are fresh out of college in their 20s, you know, they don't have the same degree of life experience, and we teach who we are, right? And at the same time, I think that hopefully can give you the sense of like pacing and knowing what's really important, even though I think we all struggle with that all of the time, and being able to, I think, balance both of those facets of it. Well, thank you both for taking time out of your busy nights and joining us and everybody here. So as we wrap up tonight's Ask Sarah Live, I just want to thank each of you for tuning in and really for supporting this work. You will be able to catch transcripts of portions of the show and the video on my blog this Sunday, which you can find at sarahbrownwesling.com. As always, a huge thank you to Teacher, who makes this, not only this possible, but just is continuing to foster this ever-growing community that is doing exactly what we need it to do, connecting one teacher to another day after day. And of course, to Melissa and Kate. And as always, remember that it's your questions that fuel this work more than anything else, so be sure to submit yours to us via Facebook or Twitter, or you can go to the Ask Sarah tab on my website, which you can find at sarahbrownwesling.com. Good night, everybody.